Hello and welcome to the Go Auto Arena here at Service Place, St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. The gold medal game between the Calgary Fire and the St. Albert Slash. I'm joined alongside my color man, Darren Belowchuk. We got Dave Foley on camera. Rob Zitlow is our director, and Alex Testowich is our switcher. We're excited for this one, Darren, and I'm ready to get this gold medal game underway.
I'm excited. I'm anticipating a fast-paced game. St. Albert typically plays a puck control game. I'm looking forward to this one immensely.
As am I, and puck drop about to get set underway here now. Starting in net for Calgary will start is number 34, Jessica Flegel. She has had St. Albert's number on a number of occasions this season. Almost escaped with a win yesterday. The only goaltender to beat the Slash twice in regulation this season. Opening puck drop is underway. It's Anchor, flips it ahead to Boucher. Boucher had that puck bobble in the air for a second. Wright came in to help out. Anchor over to the left side for Pisani. Pisani backhands that one off the wall, and Kordick's going to try and start the rush. Good job by Calgary early to clear the zone, and now Anchor's going to have to retreat a bit before banking that one up ahead to Reich. Reich battled against the captain, Sarah LaPlante, second-year player, commit to the University of British Columbia next season. 2 years from now, actually. Bank pass up ahead for Shuttler. Shuttler couldn't handle that one, and it's the top line for Calgary that just finished a change now, and it's Butts getting in the right side as St. Albert makes a change. Butts is going to chase down that puck against Bolger. Bolger, one of the hardest shots in this league. She'll be using it tonight. And Butts up ahead for Yaremko. Yaremko, shot comes in, goes off the back of Lajoie, stays in the zone. Bolger on it for Calgary, flips that one off the glass but not out. Good job by Dale Ross to keep the puck in the zone. It's Rebecca Alloway battling against Lajoie. Bolger will get that one up, but she's met at the right wing boards, and a chance here. McKinley Nelson on the breakaway. McKinley Nelson, plenty of time to save. Brandon Sink stared it down, and McKinley Nelson shoots that high and wide. She's on her own rebound, gets it up to the point for Neff. Neff, shot on net, steered aside by Sang. Beautiful chance just moments ago from McKinley Nelson, partner. She uses that speed. She
does, and she broke away very quickly, and you could see maybe a scouting report on Sank a little bit, looking to go high here. The first 3 or 4 shots, all of them high.
Sank so far stopped everything thrown her way. As we take another look at that, had a breakaway from the red line here on the Jenkins family, Tim Hortons replay.
You could see where she was looking. She wanted to go high glove there and just didn't quite make it.
Good chance already. Not even 2 minutes into this period, and Calgary has put a number of shots on net. It's a second line out there for Calgary now. Lupel gets that one just out of the zone. It's Jaden Bogdan. Gets that one ahead to Goodwin. Goodwin has Willen on the far side. Goodwin takes that shot, steered aside. Bogdan in front, takes another whack at it. Goaltender Flegel is down but not out, makes the save. Now Goodwin still on the puck, gets it over to the left side for Bogdan. Bogdan trying to force that one into Willen, and it's going to go home behind the Calgary net. Up to the point now for Vale. Vale, slap shot, comes in, blocked on its way, doesn't find its way to the net, but Willen's on the rebound, gets it back to Vale. Across to Smith. Smith, shot on, looking for a tip in front, finds nobody. And it's St. Albert after a good couple chances by Calgary, now hemming them in their own zone. It's the captain, LaPlante, on the puck. Tries to get that pass up ahead for Dyer, just out of reach. St. Albert's going to bank that one in and go for a change. Both teams with an extra jump in their step so far in this one. I've liked the pace of play.
Yeah, it's a quick one to start out for sure. They got their legs under them today, and they're going hard. You can see St. Albert sticking with a similar game plan as their last game against them. That good puck control in the offensive zone, getting pucks on net. They're looking for rebounds. They've had success with that before, and they're right back to it already today.
And they're going to need to be getting on those rebounds tonight, as Jessica Flegel has had the number of St. Albert so far this year. Brzozowski on the loose puck, gets it up for the defenseman Anchor. Anchor across for Pisani. Pisani takes that shot, steered aside by Flegel. Intensity is rampant here. Pisani down for Schroeder. Schroeder's pass gets to Keyser. Keyser's going to wheel behind the net. Lost that one. Good job by Wiltsey at Calgary, and she's pinned against the boards. Brzezowski and Schroeder fighting for the puck. Referee's calling for it to get the loose, and it does. Comes out to the point, and in there pinching is Jade Pisani, niece of Fernando Pisani, longtime Edmonton Oiler. Keyser on the puck, makes a cut and goes behind the net, makes another. Wiltsey all over her. Good defensive shift in her own zone by Wiltsey. Calgary doing a good job of keeping St. Albert on the boards.
Yeah, anytime they can keep that puck out of the middle of the ice, and especially in their own zone, they're going to look to take that opportunity.
Dale Ross takes half and shoots that one in. Doesn't make its way out, off a body, and now it's Boucher carrying it back into the zone. Boucher takes that shot short side. Saved there by Flegel. Referee lost sight of that one and blew the whistle.
We're going to have another look at that big shot by Pisani. Good save by Flegel. But again, that rebound, they're going to be looking to jump on those.
And as Calgary has done, trying to test the glove side of Sank, it's been St. Albert testing that blocker of Flegel early on here. Top line of Calgary out there. Lundell and Kordic, two of the biggest players in this league. You'll see them matched up against each other quite often. They use their body and their size to their advantage quite a bit. Kordic, of course, a UBC commit next year. Second in the league in goals this season, scoring 20. Finished over a point a game.
Yeah, she's highly skilled when she has the puck on her tape. There's no doubt about that. That's the key to her game. She gets that puck, and she's going to be dangerous every time.
Deceptive speed as well, as she's got those long legs. It may not look like she's skating fast, but she can sure pick up speed, and when she's on the puck, it's almost impossible to bump her off. St. Albert trying to work back into the Calgary zone. Neff takes that puck from in front of her goaltender, and Lundell's just going to get that one out as Yaremko takes a spill. Ross cutting in front of her own zone. Makes a move, gets that one up ahead to Butts. Lejeune couldn't handle that pass, and it goes to LaPlante. Shuttler, good job forcing the issue. Gets on Lekuski quick here, but now it's that top line of Calgary's coming out. Hobbs and Benko, also joined by Lundell. Hobbs tries to center that one, goes behind the net. Good chance there for Claire Hobbs. Gets it up for LaPlante, takes that shot, glove side. Sank just gets enough of it. Lundell moves to her backhand, tries to get that one over to LaPlante. She's going to be met by Lajoie. Able to get that low for McKinley Nelson. McKinley Nelson, we saw her breakaway from the lead line, shot that one high and wide. Already a good chance for her in this game. Lajoie will take that one off the glass, and that's going to go down for an icing, but St. Albert needed a change there.
So all that started from a little bit of a giveaway up high in the Calgary zone there. St. Albert looking to make a little finesse pass at the blue line as opposed to maybe just getting it deep and pressuring, and Calgary turned it around in a hurry.
14:28 remaining here, first period. All tied at 0 here. Bogdan gets that pass ahead for Goodwin. Goodwin has Willen. Goodwin takes the shot. Glove save by Flegel. Had the option, and Willen looked her off and took the shot. But a good job by Goodwin. As we say, she keeps the hips open on that play and doesn't allow the goaltender to think that it's for sure going to be a shot to the last second.
Yeah, and that's a set face-off for St. Albert. They'll run that every once in a while, especially this line. Lots of speed, lots of offensive creativity out of that line.
Every player on this line finishing at a point a game or better. 3 of the top 4 scorers in the league this year. And it's Bogdan who strips the puck from Yakachuk. She's got Willen cutting to the front of the net. Willen takes a dump there, but it comes out to the middle. Good job by Vale to poke in and steer that one aside, and a glorious chance there for Willen. She got a tip right in front of the net. Flegel would save on that one. Willen's just going to bank that one in. Keyser using her speed. She's going to beat Neff to the puck. Neff, Keyser, good flip to the front. Comes up to Schroeder. Schroeder handling that puck. Short angle shot. Goes off the side of the net. And St. Albert really trying to pepper the Calgary goaltender with shots. Already 5 here with 6.5 gone in the first period. Schroeder behind her net. She's got Anchor at the point. Anchor, a big part of this St. Albert defense. U of A commit next year. Tip on net for Keyser. She steered that one wide. Pisani pokes that one in for Keyser. be met at the point there. Good job by Pisani. Kicks that one to keep it in the zone. Brzozowski comes in to help, but Calgary's going to end up with the puck. It's Jordan Holt. Short pass to McKinley Nelson. Nelson likes to use her speed, but also a very physical player. Nelson chips that one in deep, and Pisani's going to be met like Lupel, who steals the puck off her stick. Gets to the point for Alloway. And there's a penalty coming up here against St. Albert. Bolger on the puck. Gets it to Alloway. Alloway's shot just finds the net. Good save by Brianna Sank off the right pad.
That was a very dangerous play there. Good job of Calgary getting the puck to the net. There we're looking at a possible tip there from Will, and she doesn't miss many of those right in the top of the crease. But this a great save by Sank here through traffic, getting that leg out.
12:36 here to go in the first period. All tied at 0, and Calgary is going to get the first power play of the night. Let's see what they can do with it. Ross just clears the zone. Gets it to Bolger. Bolger, shot tipped in by Benko. Sank's going to play that one up just a little bit. LaPlante gets that one down for Benko. Sydney Benko, dangerous player, and a dangerous shot comes in there. Sank didn't see that one coming and made the save. St. Albert a little on their toes right now, as Calgary's had a number of dangerous scoring chances early on.
Yeah, and Hobbs a little bit of a sleeper there for Calgary. She sort of just seems to float into areas, and that puck seems to find her. So she might be one to watch here in the offensive end for Calgary.
And it's that top line of Calgary that does so much damage. Sydney Benko, 18 goals on the season. She loves to fire him, and so does this defense of Calgary. You'll see a lot of pressure put on from the point, especially from Bolger, who likes to use that slap shot. Holt at the point, pressure by Shuttler, gets it away to Neff. Now it's behind the net for Smith. Smith on her forehand, can't clear that one past. But now it's Shuttler. Shuttler gets that one all down the ice, and she's in a foot race with Neff, and she's going to beat her to the puck. Shuttler, one of the most amazing penalty killers on this St. Albert team, commit to the University of Ottawa next year. Holt steps into the zone right side. She's going to circle around the net, looking for a man up front. She goes up high to LaPlante. LaPlante takes that shot, looking for a tip. Pad save by Sank. Lundell was in front, presiding the screen. And Lundell, tremendous at that, 6 feet and tight. And Brianna Sank had to look around her to make that one.
Yeah, you can see Calgary's game plan's pretty blatant. They're looking to get traffic in front with tips, and if Sank's going to see it, they're going to look to go high on her.
11:15 here to go. First period, 40 seconds left in the penalty to Jada Pisani. Fiala from the point takes that shot, and it doesn't find its way through. Lajoie meets Lupel at the boards. Rub out there. McKinley Nelson leaves it for the captain LaPlante, who's been out here for almost the entire power play. Lupel in a battle with Ross. That puck comes free to Anchor. Anchor's going to spin to her forehand. Anchor bumped off the puck there. Nelson behind the net. She's got Fiala at the point. Fiala can't handle that pass cleanly. Gets a shot on tip on net by Newton. Another save by Sank. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sank saves on this power play for her. Good job by St. Albert. Clears the zone. Pisani is out of the box, and we're back at full strength. Top line of St. Albert getting out there. McKinley Nelson holding the puck. Gets that one ahead to Yakachuk. Yakachuk going to spin and backhand that one in. And now it's Anchor behind her own net. Gets that one just ahead to Goodwin. Goodwin going to try and use her speed here to break into the zone. Bank there, met by Bolger. Willing to support. Now a chance coming the other way for Calgary. Good job by Jaden Bogdan coming back defensively. Stripped the puck off Dyer's stick, but it's Yakachuk who's carrying, and she flips it in deep. Behind her net, Goodwin comes back for the steal. And Goodwin, you'll see her do that a lot. She uses her speed, and she likes to come in, and she'll strip pucks off the stick quite often. Up but not out. Dyer has the puck. Dyer makes a cut, but it comes to Bolger. Wisely just puts that one in the corner, and St. Albert's going to have to try and get out of their zone here. It's Kaya Vale, turns that one over to Dyer. Dyer, nifty little move around Vile. Shines it out front. Another shot comes in, saved by Sank. And now it's Bogdan trying to separate herself from Bolger. Takes the wrong lane. Good job by Bolger to space her out and didn't give her a slot chance right up the middle. Pick pass there by Reich. Reich's going to take center, but she loses that puck to Nori. Nori back in the zone. 9:10 left here to go in the first period in what has been an exciting period of hockey. Shot 7-5 for the Calgary Fire. Kordic streaking in left side. Kordic tries to make a cut to the middle, lost the puck there. Yaremko coming in for support. And that's going to leave the zone. Back for Dale Ross. Ross ahead to Boucher. First-year player Boucher. Started the year 8 points in 22 games. Finished off the season with 8 points in 8 games. Really picked it up in the second half. And that puck is going to leave play. And that's our first whistle in a while here, partner.
Yeah, it's a fast-paced game back and forth as we take another look at that. Those tips. I have to think that the St. Albert coaching staff's going to be talking to the Ds about boxing out here a little bit to pick up those players, because it's just going to be a matter of time before one of those tips finds the twine.
Face-off one here by St. Albert. Gets it to the far side for Lejeau. Set play there. Lejeau takes a set shot in the middle. Didn't know where the puck was Flagel, and she's able to cover it as Anchor was barreling down on her.
There's those rebounds that we were talking about that St. Albert loves to take advantage of, and they're right there. Just couldn't get a stick on one of those.
And Flegel, a good job to pounce on the puck. Didn't handle the original shot cleanly, but she cleaned it up herself. Bolger, hard clear there. Didn't need to put much on it either. She's got an incredibly hard shot and pass. Shuttler. Back in her own zone. She's going to get that one ahead to Lajoie, but it's cut off by Benko. Benko and Lajoie meet at the left wing corner boards. Anchor's the one who comes out with it. Anchor, not afraid to go coast to coast. University of Alberta commit. They have a stud in the making. Schroeder gets that one ahead to Butts. Bounces off the shin pads. But Butts is just going to try and get that one in deep, but it's Lundell of Calgary that comes up with the puck. Lundell, such a long stick, able to pick off so many passes. Has a chance here for Sydney Benko, but a great stick there by Smith to knock it off. And now Calgary's going to have to reset back in their own zone. LaPlante, get that one ahead to Nelson. Nelson gets it to Yakichuk. Yakichuk takes a step through the middle, bouncing puck. Brianna Sangster's going to steer that one to the side. Noonan on the puck. Gets it down low. Calgary working here. It's McKinley Nelson up to the point for LaPlante. LaPlante shot is blocked by Brzezowski. And Brzezowski just going to try and get this one out of the zone as she's looking to make a change. 7:10 here left in the first period. It has been an exciting period of action. Both ways chances. And Bogdan gets that one down for Goodwin. Goodwin couldn't handle that pass cleanly. Good job by Fiala to box her out. Noonan, bank pass off the wall for Nelson. Nelson can't get that one past Ross. Ross, good job pinching in. She gets it to Willen. Willen trying to make a cut, gives it to Bogdan. Bogdan shot, looking for a rebound there.
This line's so dangerous for St. Albert. Calgary's really got to be on their toes. You can see how they just collapse to the middle.
Of course, all of them over a point a game this season. And Goodwin is a rookie. We saw her walk away with Rookie of the Year as a bit of a missed call there. Lupel had the stick smacked out of her hands. And we get another look at this Sierra LaPlante shot on the Jenkins family Tim Hortons replay. Blocked by Brzezowski.
Great job getting into that lane, yeah. And you have to, though. Like you talked about those Ds that like to shoot that puck from there, and St. Albert's going to really work on getting into those shooting lanes.
Quick shot off the face-off there by Dyer. Pisani, good job to get that one ahead to Kordic, but Kordic's pass was way out of the reach of Boucher. Anchor on the puck, so calm with it. She's going to try and move into the zone, backhands it in there, and Kordic's going to give a chase against Neff. Neff gets that one ahead for Holt. Holt has options, but Ali Reich was bearing down on her. Holt, once again, is going to have to spin back and try to get something going to get out of the zone. Ahead to Lupel. Lupel, she's going to turn that one over to Boucher. Boucher, attempt on net, not much, but Flegel will save it and get a freeze. There's a look at that dribbler on net. And anytime she can, Flegel will make a chance to stop the play and get her team reset.
And you know, that shift may not have looked like much or ended like much, but those are the ones that will turn the tide of a game and start the momentum for a team. So we'll see if that happens for St. Albert here now.
Smith at the point. has Vale. Vale takes that shot, fired on net, blocker save there by Flegel. Comes out to Vale once again. She's going to pound that one in deep. Can't get past Rebecca Alloway, though. And now it's Nori. Good pass there to Lekuski. Lekuski trying to pick up speed here. Chips it around Smith. Lajoie in to help out her defender. Rubs out her at the boards, and that's going to be a penalty on Lajoie. No doubt about that one. And here's that shot from Kaya Vale again. Blocker save there by Flegel. She's been tested on that blocker 3 or 4 times now this period.
There's another look at the penalty as well. Just getting a little too overexcited about taking body there and trying to set a little bit of a pick for her defender to get away with the puck.
And now St. Albert's going to go on the penalty kill for the second time in this period. They already killed off the first one. Calgary looming, though. They got that top line out there. It's Lundell, dangerous. Benko, dangerous. Every single player on this Calgary power play is dangerous. And there's a shot. Glove save, but she didn't get all of it. Lundell shovels that one back out in front, and Sanko kicked that to the side. Lundell back on the putt for LaPlante. LaPlante takes that shot, tipped again, and sank with a toe save there. St. Albert's going to get that one just out of the zone. Ross cuts off that pass. Schroeder trying to shovel that one in deep. And it's Madison Willen on the puck. Madison Willen tries to dance around Hobbs. Hobbs didn't let that happen. Now she's coming in the left side. Ahead for Benko. Benko swallowed up by 2 St. Albert players, and they're going to clear the puck.
Some good opportunities for Calgary here on the power play.
And
playing
here's
with
another.
A lot of speed. Sorry.
Oh no, McKinley Nelson always dangerous. You never know what she's going to do with the puck.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing from this St. Albert penalty kill that you like?
You know, I just like when they do have an opportunity to go aggressive, they are. I'm a big fan of aggressive defense, and they'll go hard when they get an opportunity. Here you see it again.
Shuttler, probably the most aggressive defender on the St. Albert team. She'll jump in, and she's not afraid to try and join the rush, even shorthanded. Holt left wide open up top. St. Albert's got to do a better chance of covering up top. Holt takes that shot, tipped once again, but that one's wide. Brzozowski. That's Noonan on the puck. Brzozowski's going to get a chance to clear this one here. Can't, though, is that good pick there. And now it's in the zone. McKinley Nelson back for Holt. Holt across to Neff. Neff shot, double tip, and that one just bounces wide. 5 seconds left to go here on the penalty. Anchor unable to clear. Tried to get that one out on her backhand. That's a no-no. Another beautiful tip in front. Calgary doing an amazing job of getting sticks on those tips. St. Albert back at full strength here, but it's still Calgary in their zone. It's been a long shift for these penalty killers.
Yeah, St. Albert's just trying to contain right now, trying to protect the middle of the ice.
We'll see, maybe they try to freeze the puck along the boards here, trying to get a change off. As you see Shuttler hunched over there. She's been out there a while. And it's Lajoie out of the box. She's going to chip that one ahead to Shuttler, but no gas left in the tank for her. She's going to have to go for a change. Anchor should get that one to Pisani. And that's what a couple early power plays is going to do for a team, as you see the legs of St. Albert get extra use on that, having to cover so much more extra space. And Calgary doing a great job of not letting St. Albert break out either. Top line out there, unable to do anything. And now it's Willen with a chance. She's going to lose that battle. And that'll be an icing coming against St. Albert here with 2:22 left to play in the period.
Here we're going to have another look at the chance at the net on the power play for Calgary. Couple opportunities getting the puck right to the blue paint and just not able to get it past Sank. And the shot from LaPlante with a tip. Another kick saved by Sank.
And they've done a tremendous job at jumping on those loose pucks first. Chance developing here. Goodwin on the puck. She's moving on the left side. Gets her on Bailey Fiala. She got bogged in front. Tried to find her. Open for Willen, and Willen tumbles but gets a glove. What a save by Flegel, sticking with the play.
We talked about how dangerous this line is for St. Albert. Nick could turn just like that.
And there'll be a penalty coming on that play as well. And St. Albert now is going to have a chance at the power play as Bailey Fiala took out the legs from Madison Willen. And this will be St. Albert's first power play of the night. We'll see how Calgary does on the penalty kill as well. Wiltsey out to take the draw. She'll win that. Bolger trying to get around the far side. And Calgary will clear. Good job by Nori. Vale behind her now. Own net. She's being watched by Wiltsey. Vale over to Anchor. Anchor up for Willen. Willen coming in the left side, moving against Bolger. Makes the move between her legs. Tries to cut that one in front for Goodwin. Just couldn't get a good enough stick on that. Good job by Sierra LaPlante. Vale over to Anchor. Anchor. Shot comes in. Blocker down there by Flegel. Back up to the point for Anchor. Anchor leaves that one for Willen. Back to Anchor. Willen, left side of the circle. Gets that one in for Goodwin, who passed it off. Maybe too many extra passes there, and what a wonderful chance. But Vale gets that one on net, can't find it. Willen, another chance on net, save Flegel. Flegel busy on this penalty kill, a minute left on it, and it's been all St. Albert. Goodwin cuts to the slot. Goodwin, left circle, takes that shot high and wide. Vale, first on the puck for St. Albert. Anchor, another chance. Bogdan over to Goodwin. Shot saved by Flegel. Puck is loose in front for Madison Whalen. And we have a goal! Jenna Goodwin beats her on the short side. Jessica Flegel tested way too many times, and St. Albert jumps up to a 1-0 lead on the power play.
Some great puck movement. That whole, was it, minute 15 there, that it just constant pressure on that penalty kill.
And it's that top line for St. Albert. Always dangerous, always lurking. And Jessica Flegel, as she hasn't done in any game so far this tournament, gives up a goal in the first period. Shots are 15-12 in this one. They have just been peppered. After the goal, face-off won by Calgary. They got to retreat back into their own zone as Holt. Up ahead. And now it's Reich, cuts off that puck. She's cutting to the center, working against Lundell. Feeds that one in front. Kordick, another shot, save Flegel. And Flegel has made a number of wonderful saves in this one. Puck pinned against the right wing boards. Stale Ross, she gets it down for Kordick. Kordick's gonna use her size to her advantage. Calgary just gets that one out of the zone. These two teams playing a high-paced game. 10 seconds left here in the period. A chance for one last shot from Kordick. 7 seconds remaining. Kordick, right side. Kordick cuts to the front of the net, and she's taken down, and that is going to do it for the end of this period. 1-0 after 20 minutes of play for the St. Albert Slash. Goal off the stick of Jenna Goodwin, the Rookie of the Year.
And I'll tell you what, we talked about conditioning of these girls. Well, this team both these teams came to play today. It is a high-paced game.
They didn't even order a double-double. They got that Jenkins family of Tim Hortons espresso in an IV, and it's plugged right into the veins. That's going to do it here for the first period. We'll be back in just a few with coach of the University of Alberta Pandas, Howie Draper. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back momentarily. welcome to your first intermission report. Wyatt Ziegler, joined alongside Howie Draper, head coach of the University of Alberta Pandas. Howie, how have you enjoyed the weekend of hockey so far?
Well, I wasn't able to be here on Friday, but I've really enjoyed what I've seen so far. I mean, female hockey's come such a far way since when I first started coaching at this level, and it's just great to see. And this game has been phenomenal so far.
Yes, it has. And you have 4 commits playing in this game. How have they impressed you so far?
Oh, they have tremendously. I mean, we're so fortunate. I mean, we're in the position in our team where I think we need a little bit more depth offensively, particularly, and you know, I think players like Willen and Lajoie and Anchor on the point, Uremko on the point, I think they're really going to help us grow that part of our game.
And how important is it to have these players grown in your own backyard? Of course, 4 of these players from the Edmonton area.
I've always been of the philosophy that if you can attract players from your own area, I think they tend to play a little bit harder, because we're in a national league. You know, if we get players from Saskatchewan, obviously, you know, we love having those players as well. But when they come from other provinces, I don't know if they're quite as willing to go to the line as much as they are from girls that are from Alberta. When you go out east and you're playing against Ontario teams or Quebec teams, you know, you have a little bit of an edge when they're playing in support of their own province.
And we see, and there's still a number of girls in the 01 birthday. It's their last year to play here without any scholarships or a team to play for next year. What would you be looking for from those players to try and impress so late into the season?
Well, for us, you know, there's not really much we can do anymore. I think we're pretty much loaded in terms of players that are coming in, and all of our scholarship dollars are pretty much used up. But you know, you never know if there's a player here that's looking for an opportunity just to come in as a walk-on and try and earn a spot. That certainly happened as well. So if we see a player that really shines, or you know, that isn't afraid to get her nose dirty and really competes and changes the scope of the game, then obviously we're going to give her a look.
You were the head coach of the U18's women's team that won gold in Japan. What was that experience like?
That was one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, I've had a lot of great experiences at the provincial level, certainly with the Pandas, and I mean, it's a dream job. But to get the opportunity to coach a team and that's playing with the maple leaf on their chest, it was a pretty great experience, and the staff and the players and everybody, I mean, it was a great environment to be involved in, and you know, if I ever get the chance to do it again, I'd look forward to it.
Well, obviously you did a pretty good job the first time around. Thanks for joining me, Howie, and
Thank
enjoy
you,
the rest of the hockey today. This gold medal game between the St. Albert Slash and the Calgary Fire. It's 1-0 St. Albert. After one period, we'll be back during the second.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Anytime.
Good job.
Hello and welcome back as we take you inside the Go Auto Arena here at Service Place St. Albert, Alberta, Canada, and welcome to the Women's AAA Provincials gold medal game here. St. Albert Slash taking on the Calgary Fire. It's 1-0 the Slash after 20 minutes. And Darren, what did you see from St. Albert and Calgary that you liked in that period?
Wow, what a treat that period. I tell you, the chances both ways. Calgary, you can see, is just trying to get sticks on pucks and tips, pucks to the net in front of Sank. And St. Albert's just that puck control game in the offensive zone, moving the puck around, looking for those opportunities. They're highly skilled, as you can see from the replays here, that they can get the puck in tight and they can do something good with it.
And it was that power play of Calgary that looked so dangerous. They got two early power plays. They were unable to convert Brianna Sank seemingly standing on her head like a break dancer. And that's not to discredit her counterpart, Flegel, who eventually did get beat on the power play by Jenna Goodwin. But what a sequence from both of these teams as they've just come out ready to play in this one.
They have. They're flying. And I was concerned with how tough this tournament is and what their conditioning is going to be like. But both these teams are flying.
And St. Albert maybe gets a little bit of an edge there. They had 3 weeks off prior to today as they finished as the #1 seed. It didn't have to do any play-in games. They looked a little sluggish in their first game of the tournament, but since that, they have been on fire and seemingly unbeatable, and Calgary's got a tough task ahead of them, down 1-0 going into this second period.
They are. It's going to be interesting to see how Calgary responds after that goal. If they come out on fire.
That joke flamed out. We're going to get ready here. And I'm ready. Top line of Calgary is going to start the period for them. It'll be Sydney Benko, Claire Hobbs, and Lundell. It was dangerous in that period, especially on the power play. We saw Lundell with a number of chances, uses that long stick. As you see here in Kordic, the two bigger players on the ice just collide. St. Albert early gets that one into the zone. Second-year player Sierra LaPlante, commit to the UBC. Leader on this team, Claire Hobbs, steps in left side. That shot is blocked by Anchor. No fear in this one. Pass is pucked up ahead for Kordic. Kordic's going to move against LaPlante. Kordic tries to go through LaPlante. LaPlante ties her up. Good job there.
Yeah, LaPlante knows Kordic all too well. She wasn't worried about puck there at all. She was going to make sure there was no dangle.
And Kordic can get pretty predictable as she loves to try and pull it through the defender's legs to get around. Unable to do so there. Sarah LaPlante ready in this one. And we see a classic McKinley Nelson draw. Doesn't like to line up at the circle, likes to skate in and then take the draw. I don't know if I've ever seen another player do it quite like her. And Nelson also had a glorious chance in that period. She shot it high and wide, but she had a breakaway from the red line. And as you pointed out, Darren, a lot of testing on Brianna Sank's glove hand.
Yeah, they were looking to go high, especially early there.
And Brianna Sank as well, a player without a scholarship for next year. Almost think it'd be crazy not to pick her up. Two-time SO Cup winner. If she can win this game, she'll head to Pacifics and another chance to do that. She'll become the only goaltender to win 3. Yaremko cuts that pass off. And it's Gieser out there. Gieser, haven't seen a lot of her out today. An AP player on the team. Rebecca Alloway. She's going to meet in the corner with Bogdan. Gets that one ahead to Gieser. Willen's pass, cut off. Smith, good job, banks it into the lonely corner there. And Alloway's going to be the first one on it, but she's met by two St. Albert players. Jade Bogdan tried to center that one to Willen, unable to do so. Good job in front by Bolger. Puck up to the point for Smith. It's in her feet. Steps on that one, and she's going to lose that battle. Good job by Lupel to clear the zone, but Madison Willen takes a step and gets back in there. Dyer on the puck. Gets it ahead to Gieser. Vale's on it. That pass nearly intercepted in the slot. Dangerous there as Willen lead pass for Bogdan. Bogdan cutting through the middle. Good stick as she had two come on her from a Calgary Fire. Left wing corner. Tries to center that one for Willen. Smith, late reaction, and that one's going to leave the zone. 2.5 minutes gone in this one, and the pace of play has not slowed down at all. Lupel loses the puck there, and she's shut off by Vale. Kieser, left side, tried to go to the middle for Schroeder. Collides there with Wiltsey. And St. Albert's going to put that back into the Calgary zone. No icing there as Neff almost had a touch on it. Kieser, first on it for St. Albert. Gets it up for Pisani. Pisani, that pass is picked. Good job by Neff, and she's going to skate out with it herself. Crosses that St. Albert blue line and goes and reaches and a pass and a go all the way up to the point for Nori. Nori's shot tipped down by Bailey Fiala. A chance there in front. And now it's Kieser the other way. She's got Brzozowski. Kieser winds up, fires, blocker save. And Kieser takes a tumble into the boards. Wiltsey on the puck. I'm sorry, it's Lekuski on the puck for Calgary. Lekuski trying to make a move around Anchor. That's a hard thing to do. Centers that one for Norrie, who missed a glorious chance in front of Brianna Sank. Pisani late to come back on the play, and a glorious chance there for Calgary to get things tied up here. LaPlante gives that one away to Boucher. Boucher's got right. Boucher takes the shot and rips that one wide. Top line of Calgary out there, battling against the Kordic line, but it's Lundell who carries the puck into the zone. Bumped off there by Yaremko. Good job by Yaremko to steer her into the boards. That puck rides off the dasher. Ross is going to backhand that one back to Yaremko. Yaremko, of course, a University of Alberta commit. Her brother currently playing for the Tri-City Americans in the WHL playoffs right now.
You can see St. Albert coming back through the zone. They're looking to stretch their defensive zone on those breakouts. They're hitting that girl in the neutral zone and slowing up the Calgary defensemen, and then they're dishing off to their other supporting wingers flying, which is creating a lot of these opportunities on attacks.
St. Albert does a great job of keeping their legs moving, of course, which helps when entering the zone in the attack. Butts, left wing corner boards, battling with the puck, and she's going to try and flip it low for Shuttler. Shuttler, backhand try out front to Lajoie, doesn't make it. That's at the right point for Ross. Ross's shot blocked and it goes wide. Butts on the rebound, dribbles in front of the net. Noonan cleans that up in front of her goaltender. Yaremko got to be careful here. Lajoie comes back and shuts off McKinley Nelson, and now it's St. Albert that's going to put the puck back into the Calgary zone. Butts upends Noonan, and now the puck comes to Shuttler. Shuttler back up for Yaremko. Yaremko shot on net. That one's blocked, lost in the feet of a Calgary Fire player. Jaden Bogdan on that loose puck. Bogdan trying to center that one, and it's picked off by Bolger. Bolger, a very calming force on that Calgary Fire backhand, as her and Lajoie get spin up, and the refs are really letting the girls play in this one. Nelson will gain the zone and dump it in. Now Ross behind her own net. Pro move there as she spins off the check and angles off the Calgary Fire player. Goodwin now, chance here developing. 1-on-4, and she gets a shot off, glove save. Uses Neff as a screen and shoots it between her legs. Goodwin looking for her second on the night.
Yeah, same thing, that quick little chip in the neutral zone to Goodwin using her speed.
Just didn't get enough of that one.
Yeah.
That's just the danger of this top line of St. Albert. 14:29 remaining here in the second period. St. Albert up 1-0, shot 17-12. And Calgary without a shot on net in this first 5.5 minutes of play in the second. Battling against the boards now. Bunch of players in there. The puck does come out. It's to Neff. Neff hits Lupel. Lupel's pass out of the reach of Gieser. And now comes to Bogdan. Bogdan shut off there by Lupel. Up ahead for Willen. Willen tried to find Bogdan. That pass out of reach. And now it's Calgary moving the other way, but a good pick there by Goodwin using that speed. St. Albert holds that line there, looking to make a change. Calgary's going to dump that one all the way down, and that should be an icing. Waved off. Brzezowski.
There it is again.
Bank pass for Kieser. Good play in the neutral zone by St. Albert. Well, work that one up at the point. Good job by Vale to keep that one in. She's got to backtrack here, and she's going to shoot that one into the kitty corner, and LaPlante for Calgary is going to be the first one on it. Moves her backhand to try and get that one out. And that's something I've seen a lot from these Calgary defenders, and that's a bit of a no-no. Lekuski pinned against the boards by Brzezowski. Down low for LaPlante. Chips that one up to Norrie. Norrie hits Lekuski right at the center. She's going to break in, but ran into too many St. Albert bodies and lost that puck. Kaya Vale, dangerous pass there. Gets to Schroeder. Up ahead for Kordic. Kordic holds that one in for Reich. Reich, left side, has Vale behind her. Cuts around the net and looks to the point. Before ultimately deciding to go to Boucher, but too many sticks in the lane there by Calgary. Calgary yet to get a shot on net so far this period. What are they going to have to do to start turning it up and getting drives into the St. Albert zone.
Well, the big thing coming out of their own zone, they got to look to make a play. This St. Albert team is too quick to for Calgary to be able to rim a puck and then try and turn that into something. They got to make a play, 2 good passes in a row, and they'll have something going.
Kordic comes out of the corner with that puck, gets it to Ross. Ross wanted to shoot there, decides better and gets it behind the net. Boucher dragged down there. Calgary, puck on their stick. Finally a chance, and that's going to be a whistle here.
Boucher's getting a retaliation penalty here after she got pulled down behind the net.
Wasn't happy, but you got to be more disciplined than that. 11:53 here to go, second period, and Calgary is going to go on the power play for the 3rd time tonight. 0 for 2 so far, but a chance to tie this one up. You'll see McKinley Nelson out there and her custom face-off taking as she does a couple of spins and the ref waves her in. Initial face-off won by Calgary. Holt tries to get that one past Anchor, can't, and Anchor's going to flip that one just out of the zone. Anchor on that puck once again. She's got Pisani to her side. Good job there to stop and flip that out. That's a pro move by Anchor. So good at skating and always aware with the puck.
Yeah, very patient.
McKinley Nelson fanned on that pass, and it was almost a dangerous chance for Shuttler. And now it's Calgary moving the other way. Lupel shut off there by Lajoie. And Shuttler's just going to backhand that one into the zone. St. Albert's going to make a change. Neff behind her own net. Up ahead for Holt. Holt met there by Schroeder. Schroeder, good pressure. Turns that puck over to Lajoie. Lajoie moving on her backhand. She's going to cut behind the net. Lajoie stops up. She's going to try and pin this one along the boards. Puck does come out to McKinley Nelson. Couple of bodies meet there, and it's a Noonan who comes up with the puck, right wing side. She'll get that one in deep. Only 50 seconds remaining here on the Calgary power play. Unable to get anything established in the St. Albert zone. And what is it about the formation of this St. Albert penalty kill that makes it so difficult for Calgary to get set up?
They're just not giving any time. Oh, we might have a chance on net here.
Bolger, LaPlante, 2 players down in front. That was Smith of St. Albert, and Calgary with a chance there on net. Save another one by Lundell. Backhand, 2 stops for Sank, who's still swimming in the net. 20 seconds left here to go on the power play. 2 beautiful chances there by Calgary.
Yeah, that St. Albert PK just isn't giving Calgary time. Any little missed pass or bobble of the puck, there's somebody right on her.
5 seconds left to go in the penalty to Bronwyn Boucher. It's Sierra LaPlante. UBC commit, walks in, stops up, tries to backhand that one on net. Puck is still loose. Behind the net, it's Benko. Benko, one of those players for Calgary that's going to have to get on her high horse if they want to get a goal. She had 18 in the regular season. That was good enough for 3rd in the league. Pass ahead there, goes off the stick of butts, and St. Albert's going to make a change. Bolger behind her own net, makes a cut, can't get around Willen, gives that pass up to Goodwin. Goodwin back down for Willen, Bogdan's in front of the net. Point for Yaremko. Yaremko tried to pound that one back in for Willen. Now it's Willen, back up for Yaremko. She's got Pisani on the far side. Pisani pounces on a bobbling puck, tipped by Willen, and a goal! That's another one for this top line of St. Albert. 2-0 here. 9 minutes left to go in the second.
That's just a nose for the net right now there. Willen sees that shot coming. Doesn't matter where that shot's going. She's going to the net either way. She ends up getting her stick on it, tips it over top of Flagel.
And a smart play by Pisani there. Bobbling puck. She didn't try to get it on net. She tried to put it in a dangerous zone and left it there for a tip. And Willen, one of the best set of hands in this league, gets that and puts her team up 2-0. Anchor out there, foot race with Lupel. Spins her down. She gives Pisani a whack. Pisani and Anchor will pick up the assists on that Willen goal. Actually, that'll be Yaremko, sorry, as Anchor was late to make a change. That puck back in the zone. St. Albert is offside. Jaden Bogdan unable to touch up that one. gives Lupel a smack on the stick, and it's Shuttler who loses that puck. Good job by Lupel to steal it back. Lupel had to stare at her feet for a second to find the puck, and Dyer shot blocker high and over the net. Dangerous blocker there, because you never know where the puck can bounce. Holt, open at the point. Holt moves in, banks that one low for teammate Dyer. Lekuski behind the net for Dyer. Lekuski trying to make a play. St. Albert doing a good job of forcing Calgary to the outside. Haven't given him much in the middle since that power play. Stretch pass there for Shuttler is out of reach, and that'll be an icing. 8 minutes here to go, second period. If you take a look at the Family Jenkins, Tim Hortons of St. Albert and Moorville replay, that last goal, and what a tip by Madison Whalen. Like you said, nose for the net.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a goal scorer's goal. Having that touch to make a tip like that is, it's all offensive skill.
She's looking to punch her ticket to the Pacifics for the third time in a row. Allie Reich battling against LaPlante. LaPlante steers her down. Good job by Reich to get into the zone. That's going to be offside. And you'll see Allison Reich likes to use her speed. Very, very chippy player. Maybe one of the more heart hustle players on the St. Albert team. You won't catch her napping very often. Face-off won by Calgary. Bailey Fiala on it. Bank pass ahead for Norrie. That's in her skates. Still gets it ahead to Wiltsey, but unable to control cleanly. And St. Albert's going to get it first on their own zone, but it's Lekuski who makes the steal behind the net. Allie Reich will take that one back. Up ahead for Kordick. Kordick. Stretch pass for Reich. Reich's going to step into the zone just onside. Take that shot off the stick of Kordick. Another tip on net. Flagel had to be sharp there.
That was a good save. Another redirection from up high, just getting the puck to the middle of the ice, making that tip.
And Kordick looked like she got that one with her skate, not her stick. Made it a little easier on the goaltender, but nonetheless, Flegel has had to be tough in this one. Already 21 shots, 7 minutes remaining here in the second. That puck flipped in, goes off the glass. Top line of St. Albert back out there. They've combined for 2 goals on the night so far. Opening one from Goodwin and the second one from Willen. Goodwin on the puck, makes a cut. Tries to go to the slot, centers that one over to Bogdan. Back to Goodwin, takes that shot, and that's ramped out of play. Good stick there by Lundell. And that's that long stick of Lundell, able to get in so many shot lanes.
Yeah, she just gets that lumber out there and in front of the puck. Which, I mean, that's how you play defense. Stick on puck, right, and make a bump. So that's, sure, her stick gets there a lot quicker than most.
That's for sure. Yaremko down for Goodwin. Up for Ross. Ross, shot, fired on net, doesn't make its way there. Went off 2 bodies. Up for Yaremko. Good pass from Goodwin there. That one, and once again, will be blocked by Calgary. Calgary showing no fear getting in front of these shots by the St. Albert blue line. Yaremko loses that one on the blue line. It's Lundell, and she's just going to leave it for her partners. Holt. Up for Hobbs. That pass off the skates comes to Benko. Benko flips that one high, and he's going to grab the loose puck. Tries to center for Lundell, but a stick there by Madison Willing gets in the way.
Yeah, Calgary's got to get some pucks deep here and start in on the forecheck, turn some pucks over, and get some momentum going their way. They're reeling in their own zone a little bit, so they have an opportunity here with an offensive zone face-off to turn this around.
And I look at the 5-on-5 play, and it's been St. Albert for the most part. Calgary, most of their chances have come directly off of the power play. And we saw Sankey get peppered a number of times in the 3 they've had. Calgary, it's McKinley Nelson. She had a chance earlier in this game. She's going to shoot that one glove, and Brianna Sank again has trouble handling it on her glove side. That puck gets up but not out. Bailey Fiala takes a shot, steered aside by Keyser. Behind her net, it's Noonan. Noonan looking for LaPlante. Leaves it there. Takes that shot, looking for a tip. It was Yakachuk in front, almost got a stick on it. Comes up to Bailey Fiala, another shot. St. Albert stuck in their own zone. Calgary's turning up the heat in this one. Brzezowski, left side. Steps across the line, and she's just going to send that one in as her team makes a change. Schroeder will stay out there and battle for the puck. It comes up to the line, and Noonan's going to escape with it for Calgary. Shut down there by Smith. Vale into help. Puck in front of the Calgary bench. Lajoie will come out with it ahead to Shuttler. Shuttler steps across the blue line, drops it for Lajoie. Lajoie on the shot, takes a slot. Blocker saved there by Flegel. Lajoie, a chance there, but shot it right at the goaltender. Smith, up ahead for Butts. That'll get deep into the Calgary zone. It's Geezer on it. Going off a bunch of bodies here. Count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bounces, and it's going to enter the St. Albert zone. Smith, first on it for St. Albert. Lajoie takes a whack at it, can't get it to leave the zone. Bolger, hard pass over there to Geezer. Geezer looking up at the point, trying to get that one to Dyer. There's Shuttler who walks out with it. Shuttler, pass is intercepted. Calgary, good pushback in this one.
Yeah, they like you say, they've started to get the puck moving, making some plays.
A chance there for Kordic. Stretch pass by Smith. Kordic couldn't handle the bouncing puck, but she's got it. Tries to center that one for Boucher. Doesn't make it there. And now a chance the other way. Norrie, she's going to move in against Ross. Shot, blocker to side there by Sank. Loose puck's there for Lukuski. Goes down for Wiltsey, battling against Uremko. Puck is loose. No one seemed to know where it was for half a second there. M. Boucher up ahead for Kordic. Uremko. She's going to stop up and flip that one in. 3:20 remaining here in the second period. It's almost like the clock's running fast in this one. Not a lot of whistles.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stoppages. The puck's moving very well, and these teams, like you say, they're still really skating.
Lundell cuts that pass off, anticipated it, tries to center that one for Hobbs. Can't do it there. Now it's Kordic. She'll gain half and just shoot that one on net. Willen trying to intercept the pass, but it's Neff who gets around her. Not for long. Goodwin right at the line. Close one there, partner.
Yeah, let's have another look at that. Here's the chance by Lajoie right in the slot. A nice play. Good save by Flegel. Here's Norris coming down the wing on the blocker side. Again, they're getting the rebounds off that blocker side. They just don't seem to have anybody in position to take advantage of it.
We'll see if they can improve on that moving into the last 23.5 minutes of play. Top line of St. Albert back out there. That puck flipped off the glass, but not out. Willen came up with it. Tried to scoop that one ahead to Goodwin. Goodwin, long stick. Battling against Lundell, and she never never stopped moving her feet, and that's how she was able to steer that one away. And now it's Bogdan battling with Benko, loses that. Top line against top line here. Lundell, first in the zone. She's going to meet Pisani behind the net. Benko has it. She's got Hobbs in front. Bit of an awkward play. Hobbs had to kick that one off her skate to make the shot. Beautiful chance there for Calgary, and another one centered for Hobbs, and a good job by Anchor to keep her stick in the air. Now it's Schroeder. Schroeder makes a move in, shot on net, bounces, rebounds there for Brzezowski. Dumps that one in, but can't get it past Bolger. Brzezowski pinned against the boards. Noonan, right side. She's met there by Keyser. This third line of St. Albert, a good energy line so far tonight. They haven't been caught in their own zone once.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Keyser. She's the first one F1 forecheck and the first one back on the back check. I like how she plays the game.
Vale on the puck now. Can't get that one past McKinley Nelson. Another wonderful player. Makes another beautiful move to the backhand. Saved by Sand. Oh my. Smith's going to have to pick her close up off the ice. She got undressed there by McKinley Nelson. Look here at the Jenkins family of Tim Hortons replay. Couple of glorious chances, and there's Nelson, who just danced around Smith.
And sank with a big stop at a big time for them.
And McKinley Nelson, another chance on this game. A bit of a spark plug for this team. Last minute here, shot on net, another save by Flegel. Flegel keeping her team in this one. Noonan has the puck. Noonan tries the long shot, that'll be blocked by Ross. Ross, good spinning backhand to get that up to Shuttler. That'll trickle out of the zone, but Yakachuk is the first one on it. Battling against Butts. That puck will just leave the zone. St. Albert's offside. 30 seconds left here to play in the second period. It's 2-0 St. Albert. Shots on net 25-17 for them. Calgary battling, but they can't get that puck out of the zone. 20 seconds left on the clock here. Ali Reich trying to force that one in. No one can seem to move it from in that 4 feet of the blue line. St. Albert will get that one in. 10 seconds remaining here. Calgary, one last chance to get down on ice. And that's going to be ruined by Taylor Anchor, who shuts him off at the blue line. And that's going to do it here for the second period. Your score after 40 minutes of play, 2-0 St. Albert over the Fire. Shots on goal 25-17. And another exciting action, another 20 minutes of play. And it was just been back and forth all game today. Real goaltenders duel as well.
Yeah, and Calgary responded well in the second half of that period after maybe a little bit of a lull offensively for them trying to get out of their defensive zone, but they stepped up and they got a few good chances later in that period to try and make this game a little closer.
And now with 20 minutes of play left, Calgary is going to need 2 goals in the third to come back in this one. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Wyatt Seeger, your play-by-play announcer, my color commentator. Beside me, Darren Balauchuk. On behalf of Dave Foley on camera, Rob Zitlow, our director, and Alex Testowich on Switch, thank you, and we'll be back for the third period. Hello and welcome. Second Intermission Report. I'm joined by Jason Reynolds. Jason, nice to have you on here.
No problem.
What a weekend of hockey we've had so far, and in this gold medal game, it's been no different. What do you think of the game so far today?
Teams are playing really good. Both teams are putting their finest foot forward there and enjoying the game.
I would have to agree so. And St. Albert, the host this year, done a tremendous job of that. What can you say about the job they've done?
The hosting committee has done a fantastic job, and they've been answering all the questions that I have and finding me the answer, so that's all I can ask for.
And now as we get a little bit of a look ahead, the winner of this game is going to go on to the Pacifics, and if they can make one of those teams beats BC, it'll be a chance to go to the SO Cup, and that could be a third straight SO Cup win for St. Albert, or at least a third straight win from this AFHL division. How exciting would that be for the program?
That's it's been an incredible run for Alberta and Hockey Alberta in the AFHL. So if whoever represents and goes to Pacific, St. Albert goes, it's a third opportunity to win it. So, and Calgary, if they go, it's a good opportunity for them too.
Anything else you're looking forward to in the rest of this game?
No, I just looking forward to the outcome and seeing the smiling faces on the girls. So.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Jason. It's nice to have you, and I hope for another 20 minutes of exciting hockey. We've already had a great 40.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Hello and welcome back inside the Go Auto Arena here at Service Place, St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Third period about to get underway in this gold medal game between the St. Albert Slash and the Calgary Fire. And it's St. Albert that's on the lead, 2-0. And a couple of glorious chances for Calgary. They haven't been able to capitalize. And St. Albert's going to take this lead and see what they can work with. What has Calgary got to do to start coming back in this one?
Well, offensively, in the offensive zone, they just got to keep doing what they're doing, and hopefully they can capitalize on one of these opportunities. Just to get a little more opportunity in the offensive zone, defensively and through the neutral zone. It's just about making plays right now, making simple passes, the simple plays, which is going to turn into those opportunities.
And we saw in the first period, Calgary 12 shots on net, only 5 in the second frame. Most of those came on the power play. And that power play for Calgary has looked pretty dangerous tonight when given the chance. St. Albert hasn't taken a lot of penalties in this one. How is Calgary going to be able to draw them out? Is it just using their speed?
Yeah, I think so. Like you said, they're hitting the holes well, using that speed, forcing those St. Albert defenders to pull them down, especially going wide. The St. Albert defenders typically play aggressive. They look to step up early. So if Calgary can chip and chase here a little bit, they'll do themselves some favors.
Now, do you anticipate we're going to see a bit of a shortening of the bench on both sides here in the last 20?
Yeah, I wouldn't think it'll take very long here for sure. They're gonna shorten up on both sides. St. Albert defensively, and Calgary needs their offensive players to start getting pucks to the net.
And here's Calgary. They'll get into the St. Albert zone. Benko on it, has LaPlante at the point. Spins it off and tried to find Hobbs. Now she's working behind, centers that one for Lundell. And Kordic, probably the only stick as long as Lundell on the ice, got in front of her. Her and Benko getting to a bit of a tussle there. And now the puck's in the Calgary zone. Benko comes up with it, tries to bank that one off the boards. Good job by LaPlante to come back and get that one over her partner, Fiala. This Calgary defense has done a good job of keeping St. Albert to the outside for the most part. Just a couple of defensive lapses have led to goals, as well as one on the power play, and that was that tip by Willen. Actually, both goals on the power play, as Goodwin also scored. So special teams have been really important in this one, and we'll see if that trend continues here in the final 19 minutes of play.
Yeah, St. Albert's a dangerous team when they have time and space to move the puck.
Bolger, that one ahead for Norrie. Good pass there. Is 5 St. Albert bodies on the right side, but Yaremko came back to cover that point. Tremendous. Butts tries to center that one to Shuttler. That'll go behind. Yaremko is going to put that one back down to Shuttler. Maybe Rebecca Alloway clearing that. Noonan on it. Can't get past Shuttler. Shuttler pass to Butts, and Butts tried to feed her back down low in front of the Calgary goal. And now it's a foot race. McKinley Nelson against Sienna Yaremko. McKinley Nelson gets the inside step, takes a shot, but it's wide. McKinley Nelson, she is the straw that stirs the drink for Calgary on numerous plays tonight. Or the straw that stirs your Tim Hortons ice cap, rather. Up ahead there, top line for St. Albert. Dangerous tonight, both goals. Goodwin tries to feed it back to Bogdan. That one went off the skate of Holt and on net. And now it's Vale on the puck for Smith. Smith shot, blocked there. McKinley Nelson coming up with that one. Nelson gonna make a move around the right side. Gets through Vale, takes a shot, blocker save, rebound is out there. Goodwin has to look for it. McKinley Nelson, 2 dangerous scoring chances on that shift.
Yeah, their speed creates a lot. They had an opportunity for an odd man rush there that fizzled out a little bit. One of the Calgary players decided to go for a change. But Nelson still got the puck to the net. Good rebound, and with another girl going to the net.
And Nelson, an 03 born player, still 2 years to develop in this league. She could be one of the most impressive players in the next couple of years. Norrie, shot on net, another save by Sank, rebounds there, another one. Oh my, she makes a couple beautiful ones, and we're gonna get a face-off here. Brianna Sank tested more early in this one than the second period.
Great drive off the net and a backhand shot, which you don't see a lot. She got a lot on that one. Again, that rebound with a girl at the net creates an opportunity, just can't quite get it by Sank.
And that was Dyer on the doorstep who just couldn't get it past her. Brianna Sank, 19 saves on 19 shots so far. And Calgary will win that face-off, but maybe a little too cleanly as it leaves the zone. Fiala tried to get that one to LaPlante. Boucher first on it for St. Albert. Boucher playing with Reich and Kordic. Reich, a chance on net, and a good stick in front by Bailey Fiala. Shut down a chance there from Allie Reich. Reich moved up to this line with Kordic and Boucher. Does not look out of place.
She's got the speed to keep up, and she's a smart hockey player.
That she is. Only a little more time to develop, and she could turn into more of a goal scorer as well. Kordic up there for Anchor. Anchor holds the line, sends that one in for Boucher. Boucher and Fiala meet. Fiala to the puck first, and Wiltsey has her legs taken out from under her by Reich. The captain, LaPlante, ahead to Norrie. Norrie couldn't handle that pass. LaPlante back on it, but she's swallowed up by Anchor. Isabelle Lajoie on it. Daughter of Serge Lajoie, coach of the Kamloops Blazers. They're also in a WHL playoff series coming up here. It's the Kelowna Rockets, I do believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
16-18 remaining here in the third period. It's 2-0 St. Albert over the Calgary Fire. Shots on net are 25-19, and Calgary's done a good job at pushing back in this period. Face-off, one there by St. Albert. Lajoie, Shuttler, and Butts out there. Butts in the slot, takes a shot, blocked in front by Bolger. Good job as she was also tying up Shuttler in front of the net. Does double duties on that one. Yaremko gets that one up ahead to Ross. Ross to Butts. Butts does have Shuttler. Tries to bank that off the boards. Can't get past Bolger. You're telling me, partner, Bolger's committed now as well. Where was that?
I believe it's University of Saskatchewan that she was going, if I recall correctly.
And she'll be joining Kelsey Hall from Lloyd there. Lloyd gets the bronze medal. It's a save there by Flegel. Couldn't hold on to it with the glove, and another shot comes in. Blocker save. Puck's in the air. A couple whacks at it. Puck is still loose. Shuttler on it. She's going to steer that one back to the back end. A lot of traffic in front of Flegel. Smith. She's going to put that one low for Lajoie. Alloway poked that one ahead, but it went to Butts. Butts. Vale on a change. Couldn't hold the line there, and it's going to come out of the zone for St. Albert. 15 minutes remaining here in the gold medal game. St. Albert leading 2-0 over the Calgary Fire. Smith behind her own net. McKinley Nelson staring her in the face. Gets it up to Bogdan. Bogdan's pass intended for Willen, cut off. And now it's Neff for Calgary. Back in her own zone. And St. Albert's done a good job of applying pressure on Calgary. Hasn't given them any time or space with the puck when they do have it.
Yeah, back down the ice. Calgary's going to look to get a little more pressure here off those dumps. Try and turn the pucks over, because they are, when they do get there, they turn it over, just like we see here with Nelson on the wing.
And Nelson, a chance in front. Willen got a stick on that one. Neff pounds that back into the St. Albert zone. Smith's going to flip that out, and it'll go back to Neff. McKinley Nelson looking to pick up some speed in the neutral zone here. Makes a cut around Goodwin. McKinley Nelson moving to left wing side. Loses a handle on that. Nelson tries to force that one into the slot. Turns back and has to grab it. Just all over the ice she is. And now it's Geyer. Up ahead for LaPlante. Shot doesn't find its way through. Another shot. Fiala doesn't find its way to the net either. McKinley Nelson on that loose puck. Nelson at the end of the shift looks dog tired. Fiala shot on net. Tipped wide by Lundell. Dyer's going to step on the ice for Calgary. Lundell in the zone. And Calgary, a good offensive pressure in the St. Albert zone. They haven't had a lot of that so far in this third period. They're going to need more of it if they want to come back in this one. LaPlante, lead pass to Lundell, skating backwards, passes that one to Dyer. Heads up pass there by Lundell, who I don't even know how she saw her head on a swivel. LaPlante gets that puck stripped from her by Boucher. Boucher makes a move through Dyer, gets it up to Kordic. Pisani's pass into the slot. Didn't get all of that she wanted, but Reich on the loose puck. Reich trying to center that one for Boucher. Comes out to Kordic. Kordic shot is blocked. And now it's Norrie for Calgary, trying to make it out of the zone. Can't. Support came in. Lukuski had a chance, and then she almost went through the legs of Anchor. A beautiful chance. Third line of Calgary out there. Wiltsey, Norrie, and Lukuski. Norrie has Wiltsey in front of the net, almost finds her. Bolger. And another thing that St. Albert's done a pretty good job of is shutting down Bolger. She has one of the hardest shots in this league, and I haven't got to see her use it once in this game.
No, I think you're right. They've struggled when they do get the puck up at the point. There's a St. Albert girl putting pressure on right away.
Anchor didn't know where that pass was, and Lundell gets it to Hobbs. Hobbs, no Calvin. Butts can't get that one out. Now it's Anchor battling against Lundell. Behind the net for Pisani. She's going to get that one up to Shuttler, but not out. Chance here in the slot for Sydney Benko. Leading goal scorer on this team, and she's got on her stick again. Tries to feed Hobbs, and Hobbs didn't have two hands on the stick there. Wasn't able to handle the pass. Up to the point for Neff. Neff shot, dribbles on net, takes a bounce off Pisani into the right wing corner boards. Up to the point for Holt. Holt holds the line. That's lost in the feet. We're going to have a penalty coming up here. I believe that's going to go against Jada Pisani. Appeared to dump Benko in front of the St. Albert net. And after a long shift in their own zone, Calgary draws a penalty against St. Albert.
Yeah, it was maybe a little bit of a needless penalty as the puck wasn't around at all. See some of the chances here St. Albert's getting on net in the replay, and just getting pucks on net with traffic, looking for those rebounds, capitalize to try and make that a 3-goal lead.
And now a chance for Calgary to start to climb back in this one, down 2-0. They're going to have a 2-minute power play. And to start, that one's going to come out of the zone. LaPlante's going to have to retreat and set up. She's been watched by Madison Willen. Willen trying to catch her flat-footed, but she's going to circle back. LaPlante, short pass to Nelson. Nelson, got to wonder how much gas she has left in the tank. She's been skating all over the ice tonight. She's played a lot of minutes. Bolger can't hold the line there, and that's going to go all the way back onto the Calgary goal. And there's the captain, Sierra Plante, being watched by Lajoie. Spins her off. Leaves it for Nelson. Nelson's got Lupel. Finds her. Ends up meeting Vale at the neutral ice, and they're just going to send that one in. And Nelson's going to race against Anchor to get the puck. Pokes it free. Comes out to Hobbs. Hobbs move around Lajoie. Hobbs cuts to the center. Takes a shot right into the bread basket. Is sank, and it's a save.
Another good save. Good job by St. Albert not allowing Calgary to set up in their set power play. Again, that's an obvious goal for any penalty kill, but St. Albert really taking that to a new level here.
9:52 remaining here. Not a lot of time left on the clock for Calgary to start the comeback. 57 seconds remaining on the penalty to Pisani, and that puck is going to bounce out of the zone. Neff's going to sit on it, but Anchor's going to get it out. Good flip there by Anchor. And more time dwindling off this clock. Butts giving pressure. Brzezowski has it. Almost centered that one to Butts, and Neff will take that away from in front of her own net. Butts will clear that one back in. 1:30 gone off this power play to Calgary. Only one shot on net. Lajoie keeps that in the Calgary zone. Holt gets it across to Neff. Neff lead passes poked in by Shuttler instead, and Yaremko's going to get on the loose puck first. Yaremko stops up, flips that one off the boards, doesn't have enough mustard on it though, and it's going to stay in the zone. Just like how I like my turkey bacon club, you need a little more mustard. Shuttler behind her own net. Back at full strength. Stretch pass for Pisani. Blocked there by Bolger. Good job there. Calgary looking to get something going here. Long shot on net by LaPlante is going to be frozen by Sank. And with 8:30 left, we're going to get a face-off in the offensive zone for Calgary.
St. Albert's just sort of settling into this game now. They know what they got to do. Just keep it simple. Chip pucks out so it's not dangerous in their own zone. Get pucks deep in the Calgary zone. Calgary's got to do something here to turn this around.
St. Albert doesn't make many mistakes, but Calgary is going to have to find a way to capitalize on one of them here. Top line of St. Albert's out there. They've been dangerous tonight. Neff at the point. Fakes the shot and goes low. Dyer scooped that one in front. And no Calgary players in front of the net. And that's something Calgary's going to have to work on as Jaden Bogdan cuts into the zone. Tries to get that one across to Goodwin, but a good stick by Neff. And there hasn't been a lot of net fronts presence from Calgary in this period. A number of glorious chances have come through the slot, but then you look and there's no fire bodies in front. Anchor. He'll carry that into the zone herself. Drops it for Willen. Willen shot scores! Bar down for Madison Willen, her second of the game. What a play by Taylor Anchor to find her with the puck.
You can see Anchor getting her head up. She knows where her players are. Willen, as always, will find that open ice, and she doesn't miss from there very often.
And wow by Anchor, as that was a backhand no-look pass too. Some chemistry between those two, obviously, and they'll carry that into next season playing for the U of A Pandas.
We're hoping so.
7:43 remaining here. The molehill has turned into a mountain for Calgary, and they're going to need to get on the board now. Puck hemmed in their zone. Fiala pucks that ahead to Lekuski. Lekuski can't get past Ross. Can't get past Reich either. This St. Albert team swallowing Calgary up every chance they get. St. Albert looking to go to the Esso Cup for the third straight year and win their third straight as well. They look hungry for it in this one, but they still got to get through this Calgary team. Norrie, shot on net, steered aside by Sank. Calgary refuses to give up in this one. Puck behind the net for Yaremko. Yaremko is going to get that one ahead to Kordic. Kordic, touch pass to Boucher. Boucher a little behind her, but now it's Ali Reich that'll come out with it. Calgary's D sitting back a little bit. St. Albert gets the change in. Top line of Calgary's out there. It's Lundell, and she's going to move against Vale. Chips that one over and out into the boards and out of play. That was a good chance there for Lundell, but she just couldn't keep that one in play.
Yeah, it was a good read by you. The Calgary defense backing in a little bit. I'm not sure they're going to be able to afford to do that. They're gonna have to start looking to step up and make some plays early to turn the puck over and get the puck going north again.
St. Albert hasn't given Calgary many times to make decisions with the puck, and that's what Calgary is going to have to start doing to St. Albert here if they have any hope of coming back in this one with just 6.5 minutes left. And now it's Benko entering zone. Benko, dangerous as always, one hand on the puck. Lifts up, pass into the slot, blocked there by Schroeder. Up for Rebecca Alloway. Alloway's shot, another block by St. Albert. Calgary in the St. Albert zone, but it's Vile with the puck. Up ahead, Noonan cuts that pass off, runs into Brzezowski. And Kaya Vale's just going to gain center and send that one in. Under 6 minutes here left to play. 3-0 St. Albert. Shots 28-21. Anchor battling in there, takes down a Calgary player. Loses the puck to Yakachuk. Yakachuk, a good little player for Calgary. She is constantly out there, one that never gives up on the play, but in such a tight game, she's seen limited minutes in this one. Up ahead for Lundell, who's getting double shifted now. Lundell and Nelson out there with Yakachuk. The line's in a bit of a blender here for Calgary now.
I think Calgary's looking to get that net front. Yakachuk's one of those girls that'll go to the blue paint, and out there with Nelson.
And there's the shot coming in. And like you were saying, Lundell as well, 6 feet tall, gets into the eyes of Brianna Sank. Tried to get a tip on that one as well. And for Sank, 22 saves on 22 shots. Impressive night in net for her. She's a player that maybe gets a little overshadowed by the play of her team, as we have another play here developing for that top line. Bogdan over to Goodwin, and that's her second of the game. 4-0 St. Albert here, and that's always going to put the nail in the coffin here for Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary just doesn't seem to have an answer for this first line today. Good speed down the wing on the 2-on-1. Nobody was going to catch them on the back check. And then a puck right on the tape for the chip in.
What a game for that top line. They have combined for every single goal so far in this one. And Dan Ockenberg, head coach, is going to leave him out there. Face-off one there by St. Albert. They're going to get it back in the zone. Alloway on it first. Gets it held to Gieser. Lead pass for Lupel. Lupel breaking in. Can't get that shot off, and Brianna Sank is just going to get the face-off here with 4:30 remaining. And here's another look at that last goal on the Jenkins family Tim Horton replay. Jaden Bogdan waits and waits and waits for the defenseman to turn, and then gets that pass off to Goodwin in the slot, and Goodwin the finish, no doubt about it.
And that's always the risk. The D pinch down in the offensive zone trying to create something, gets chipped out, and it's an odd man rush the other way.
And that's just another show of that speed of St. Albert. There was a worry about the legs in this one, but theirs came out to play. Kordick on that puck. Moves to the top, and she's just going to leave the zone. Didn't like what she saw. Lupel giving her a battle, and Kordick's going to go to the box here, as Lupel giving her a couple whacks, and Kordick took exception to that. No doubt about it. Penalty. Kordick, a bit of a mean streak to her as well.
Yeah, a little frustrated, I think, that she wasn't able to hang on to that puck and let the frustration out.
And for Kordick, just spent a little too much time with that puck on her stick. She circled out of the zone, had several passing options, but almost gave away a dangerous chance. And now Calgary, for the 5th time tonight, is going on the power play. And an early shot by LaPlante doesn't find its way through. Saved by Pisani. Sank. Empty net as well. Calgary has pulled their goaltender, looking to claw back in this one. Down 4-0. They got a 6-on-4 here. Benko takes the draw, and she wins that one to LaPlante. LaPlante has Bolger, but she goes down to Noonan. Hobbs with it, up for LaPlante. LaPlante steps into the middle, takes a shot on net, steered wide. Benko on the loose puck. 3:45 left here to play. Calgary on the power play. They need one here. Loose puck, Pisani's on it. Takes a tumble over it, and the refs are just going to call the whistle here quickly, knowing that St. Albert was just going to sit on that puck.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they look to try and get that puck over to Bolger for her shot to get that puck through. LaPlante let one go here. Just this last play that had a good chance, but I'm interested to see if they get over that big number 4 shot.
Dyer gets that one over. Bolger fakes that shot, slap pass across to Hobbs. Hobbs swallowed up by McKenna Shuttler. She's done a tremendous job at killing penalties tonight for St. Albert. They are 4 for 4 on the kill so far in this one. Lundell spins off a hit, gets it to Benko. Benko working behind the St. Albert net, has options, gets it to Hobbs. Hobbs shot, saved by Sank. Puck is still loose, trying to go 5-0, and Calgary's going to score. Calgary doesn't give up on the play, and they get on the board with 3 minutes to go. Take a look at the Jenkins family, Tim Hortons replay. Initial shot by Hobbs comes in, and it's Benko on the doorstep that's able to bang that one home.
Yeah, St. Albert's looking, everyone's looking puck instead of looking to control sticks there, which is exactly what gives Calgary the opportunity they need to finally get one past Sank.
And Sank has been hard to beat tonight. That's the first time. 24 saves on 25 shots. Calgary still in this one, 3 minutes to go. And we'll look to see if head coach Terry Johnson gets a little aggressive here and tries to pull the goaltender early. Top line of St. Albert back out there. Vile, shot on net, doesn't make it. Goodwin holding the puck, gets it back to her. Kaya Vale goes back to Goodwin. Good pass there. Unable to handle it was Goodwin, though. Yakachuk trying to get this one out. Vale holds the line, but now it's Noonan. Goaltender leaving the net for Calgary. 6-on-5 coming.
Offside.
Offside for Calgary, and that's a mistake. They're going to touch the puck there.
It's going all the way down, I think, too.
I think they're going to call that intentional. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's going to force that goal, the goalie back in the zone. Here's another look at that goal. High shot, gets the rebound, and then jam the net.
And a good job by Benko, who out-muscled Keyser there in front of the net. She has a nose for the net. She is a goal scorer, and she gets on the board for Calgary. And now they're going to need a couple more as well. Back in their own zone. Shuttler takes a spill, and now it's Calgary goaltender Flegel leaving the net once again. It's Benko. Lead pass for Lundell. Back to Benko. Off the post! Sydney Benko coming close to her second in as many minutes. Calgary's turning up the heat. LaPlante, shot on net, blocker to side by Sank. Lajoie is just going to get that one out of the zone. Butts takes a look at the empty net, doesn't shoot for it though. LaPlante's on it first for Calgary. Under 2 minutes left in this one. Calgary needs a miracle here. 3 goals in the last 2 minutes to tie this one up. Winner of this game heads to the Pacifics against the top team from BC for a berth in the SO Cup. St. Albert looking to go back for the 3rd time in a row, the 2-time defending SO Cup champions. That one ahead to Kordic. Kordic shows off her muscle and gets that one into the zone. St. Albert not even trying at the empty net here, just trying to kill the time off the clock. Kordic, backhand try, gloved down by Neff. And that's going to trickle all the way back into the St. Albert zone. Icing is waved off. Vale stops up and gives it to her partner, Anchor. Anchor, she'll clear that one off the glass and out of play. Exactly a minute remaining here, and Calgary with a beautiful chance just moments ago to come within 2. As Sydney Benko could beat everything except the post.
Yeah, what a pretty play that 2-on-1 was. Everything went right except it going in the net.
And now a chance. Calgary still in the St. Albert zone. 6 attackers. Flegel is at the bench, and they win the faceoff to Neff. Neff's going to get that one low. Time clicking off the clock now. Willen with the puck turns that one over to McKinley Nelson. Willen tried to get a hold of her, couldn't. St. Albert's going to pin him against the boards here. Puck comes loose to the slot, and it's going to be Shuttler in a foot race with Neff. And Shuttler from her butt is going to swing that one into the net. It's not very many times you can say what an impressive empty net goal, but that one was.
That was. She wasn't giving up on that puck.
And that might have even been Neff who got the last touch on that one. And that's going to do it here, partner. 4-goal lead. 35 seconds left. The St. Albert bench all smiles right now. They're going to head into the Pacifics in about 35 seconds.
And as impressive as that last play was, the out that they got, the battle that they won on the boards in their own zone to get that puck out, made all that happen.
And as a guy that's been watching Michaela Shuttler play all weekend, She deserved that empty net goal. She has been working so hard. She's hit a number of posts in this tournament.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that one. And University of Ottawa is going to have a stud coming to play for them next September. Last 10 seconds here, just a formality as St. Albert's going to try and get it out of the zone. Fiala collides there with Keyser. And that's going to do it here, partner, as time winds down off the clock. And the St. Albert Slash are going to the Pacifics. As gloves fly, they win the gold medal in this one. And what an impressive game, start to finish from them tonight.
They played a lot tighter game. They made some changes in the offensive zone, which helped them in the defensive zone, and it paid off by them being able to put up 5 goals against this team that played them tough all year.
And that's not to discount what Calgary did tonight. They poured their heart out, put so many shots on Brianna Sank. They were able to get one a little late, but it was too little, too late. And that top line of St. Albert all night was giving Calgary some troubles, and we saw that here.
Yeah, the St. Albert depth is what got them through this game here, and when they can throw that first line out, that can be dangerous offensively at any given point. It's going to be tough to beat this club.
We're going to get set for the handshakes here as the red carpet gets rolled out. St. Albert, your gold medal winners. Calgary gets the silver. And while it's a disappointing result for Calgary getting the silver, this is a game that not many people expected them to make it to. It was Lloyd and Calgary all season, or Lloyd and St. Albert all season. But what a tremendous job. There's a little bit of confusion with the handshake lines there, but that's always awkward when you got to meet the team you just beat.
Yeah. And Calgary, on the Calgary side, it's tough to stand there and watch the celebration, but you have to let that fuel you for next year.
And Calgary, a tremendous job to start this tournament. They beat the number 2 team, Lloyd, in the opening game, and goaltending for Calgary especially, whether it was Durant or Flegel in net, they stood on their heads, and it just wasn't enough today as St. Albert was relentless on the attack. That top line, Willen, Goodwin, and Bogdan. It's going to be heartbreaking not to see them all get to play together again next year, as they are just, the chemistry is no doubt about it. There's going to be a lot of players off this St. Albert team that are going to be leaving, but not before they get a chance to take on the top team from British Columbia, and that'll be here April 5th to 7th, depending on how many games we need. That's a 3-game series for the last berth at the SO Cup. And just shortly here after the ceremony, we're going to have an interview with the ICU Video Productions Procast Player of the Game, Madison Willen, as well as head coach for the St. Albert Slash, Dan Ockenberg. And what a game today, partner. This is game 8 for me, and this has by far been the most exciting one I've had to watch.
Yeah, none of these teams disappointed this weekend. These athletes poured their hearts out.
That they did, and St. Albert, a very deserving champions as host. Ranked number 2 in the country, they were given a ride here by Calgary, and this is the second time they'd seen them in the tournament. And hot goaltending by Calgary just couldn't stand up to the offensive firepower that is the St. Albert Slash.
And let's not forget about Sank in net for St. Albert either. She made some good saves early that gave her team a chance to get that lead and get ahead.
And you remind me of a point I never got to finish is Brianna Sank, still without a scholarship. She's going to have a couple college tryouts here, but I feel like her play gets not as much appreciation because of the team that's in front of her, but it's also good goaltending. We saw her make 26 to 27 saves, only gave up one, and that was on the power play with a number of bodies right on the doorstep.
Well, case in point, I mean, I think Calgary had 5 shots that second period, and 3 of those 5 shots were excellent quality opportunities that she made saves on. So it's less about the number of saves and more about the quality.
And there's your player of the game from Calgary. That'll be Mallory Dyer.
Player of the game, our number 4, Taylor Anchor.
Yeah, well deserved there for Taylor Anchor, player of the game. Played over 20 minutes in this one easily and was a rock on that back end, as well as that beautiful backhand pass to Willen. But to your point about Sank that we were making earlier, that first 5 minutes of the first period, how many shots on net tipped in front that could have went in? It easily could have been 3-0 Calgary just 10 minutes into the first. But instead, it's St. Albert in a bit of a war of attrition that holds on and is able to get on the board and beat Calgary.
Absolutely.
And Taylor Anchor. So now that the games are over, I can start asking you some questions. Taylor Anchor and Tiana Yaremko are going to be 2 staples on the Pandas blue line next year. What excites you most about those 2 players?
Well, I mean, I think everyone just saw what Anchor offers. I mean, heads up, she moves the puck well, she can skate. All the things that everybody looks for in a D-man. Yaremko's got a bomb for a shot when she can let it go. She's strong, physical. I wouldn't want to play against her inside her own hash marks. And those are, like I say, they offer different things. But those are some keys that we're definitely looking forward to.
And you guys are going to have a long while to look forward to them as they step in, and I'm going to be very intrigued with the progress that they continue to make as they step onto the Pandas uniform.
Number 4, McKenna Bolger.
Looks like we got Rob there. He's going to be discussing with Madison Whalen, who's going to be our player of the game interview in just a few minutes after this medal ceremony.
Number 6, Candy Lundell.
We're looking forward to seeing her and Izzy Lajoie too.
No doubt about that. Madison Whalen, the most electric player in this league. Just a nose for the net. She's a goal scorer, but also tremendous vision and passing as well. She can do it all. A real 5-tool player.
She is. Her creativity and, like you say, that vision to see her players and the play that is developing and to find open ice. And like you say, obviously you see her ability to score and pick corners. It's, yeah, like you say, she'll be a fun one to watch.
And I always thinking about the importance of being a 2-sport athlete nowadays, and she's also a Team Alberta baseball player, and maybe that's where some of that hand-eye starts to come in a little more as well.
Yeah, that's one of the things, and I'm sure maybe Howie touched on it in your intermission interview there about how, I mean, you look for athletes. Number 1, that's what they got to be an athlete, and that there's no better scenario when they're playing at a high level in 2 different sports.
Number 17.
Yeah, and we see Calgary here. Dylan Norrie, she had herself a tremendous game in this one. She's an O2 player. She'll be back to play next year, and she'll be a leader on this Calgary team as they look to avenge this silver medal.
Well, and right before her was Lupel, who, like you say, she's got an offensive flair to her game as well.
Number 19, Eminem.
She's a good hockey player.
And Lupel, last year player as well, an 01 born. This is her final game as a member of the Calgary Fire. And there is a number of players as well as Gabriella Durant, who didn't make the start in this one. She will be a last-year player as well. Jordan Holt, Taylor Lakuski, Kenny Lundell, the list goes on. Some tears of happiness and some tears of joy looking at both sides you can't be disappointed with the effort, especially for Coach Terry Johnson. We saw him walk away with Coach of the Year on Friday, and very deservedly so. Great at making adjustments in game. It just wasn't enough today.
Number 10, Rebecca Allen.
As well, a bit of a head scratcher as we were talking a little bit about Taylor Anchor earlier on. Not a lot of awards given away in this league. There is no actual Defenseman of the Year award, something I thought that Anchor deservedly so could have won.
Yeah, she had an excellent season, and I mean, the awards are, a lot of those awards are just opinions that are given by others. Then you have the ones that are earned. Top scorer is an earned award. Usually a top goalie, if they have the best stats, that's an earned award, right? Some of the other ones are they're a little more up in the air, where it's someone's opinion or a group of individuals that's their opinion. So, I mean, if you have a good season, you know you have a good season. You can't, just like Calgary can't let this one loss determine their season, right? It's the same thing with awards. If you don't get an award, you can't let that determine how you feel about your season.
No, and this Calgary team, they're a resilient team. I've watched them play for a while now. I got a scouting question for you here.
Okay.
So next year they bring in the 04s. How early as scouts, I know we see Jenna Goodwin, she's the only rookie who has a scholarship. Are you guys already looking into the 04s this year, or do you wait until next year when play starts?
Yeah, no, I mean, there may be some names that we hear about that get thrown around that you'll watch for, but typically we haven't talked to 04s. We haven't, like, none of that. There's still so much development that these ladies go through their midget season, that to talk to girls before that even is pretty tough. When you have schools committing them early, and then you have decommits, like that looks bad. It's not good for the athlete. It's not good for the school. Just let them develop in their own time, and when they're ready, then you talk to them and bring them in on their own merits.
Yeah, I'm just a bit of a curious kitty there. I was always wondering how early the process gets started, because we see everybody from the St. Albert side getting their gold medals. It's Dale Smith. No goals during the regular season, which I'm sure she hates that I point out, but 15 assists. So she is a puck mover, and quite underrated on the back end. And next year she's going to be a leader on it.
She's another one that's got good size. She plays a physical game out there, and like you say, she does move the puck. This year will go a long ways in just her experience level and in learning how aggressive she can play and when she can be that aggressive, that she'll be a force next year.
Yeah, her and Ross together, they're a wonderful pairing. I like the play from both of them, and I am excited to see where they continue to go as well.
Yeah.
And there's big game Jaden Bogdan, an assist in this one, a couple of them. All she does is win gold.
Yeah, she doesn't like to score unless it means something, eh? She seems to get those goals that in those big games and those big moments. She's got a flair for that.
Well, it's a good color on her. And there's Kaya Vale, last year player here for St. Albert. Bit of an underrated defenseman, amazing skater, especially on her edges. You always see her create chances that way. Maybe needs to work on the offensive side of a game a little more, but thinks it well. Just the vision part of it could be improved on.
Yeah, and that, when you say that, sometimes that comes naturally. It's a hard one to work on. So but she's a great skilled player.
There's Natalie Keyser. Yeah. She had a goal in the tournament as well. She's one of those heart and hustle players. Doesn't give up on any plays.
Yeah, and she plays a lot bigger than she is. She impressed me all weekend watching her, just in her work ethic, and she's a smart hockey player.
Also impressed by Goodwin, who is our Rookie of the Year. Point a game. And there's Madison Whalen. We'll have an interview with her shortly here. Teams are going to line up to take photos.
Assistant captain, McKenna Shuttler, number 23.
There's Shuttler, commit to the University of Ottawa next year. One of the hardest workers on the team. Great penalty killer.
Yeah, Ottawa's getting a good one in her for sure.
Holly Barrett didn't get the start in this one. Did play Calgary yesterday in a, if you want to call it a meaningless game. Got the win in that one. I blew the bagel for her with about 20 seconds left. I may have gotten a couple words from the parents as I said the word shutout and they scored.
Yeah, she played well yesterday. She really did.
And this will be her team to take over next year. As Brianna sank on her last year, she's going to be off.
To call up Coach Dan Ockenberg.
And there's
Assistant
Coach Dan Ockenberg walking up to go get his medal. We'll have a short interview with him after this as well.
Assistant Coach Julia Sharon.
And now he's got to be thinking ahead to his matchup against BC in just a few weeks here.
Gloria
As I'm sure he's happy with this gold medal today, but after being the two-time defending SO Cup champions, you can get there, and that's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what a run for Alberta it has been in the SO Cup.
Yeah, now it's about keeping them ready and motivated for that Pacific game.
And I'm sure they are hungry for more. And if they are, they should probably stop at one of 4 Tim Hortons locations in St. Albert or one in Mortonville, which is where I'm going to be going immediately after this game. And all the last year players going to get together and take a little photo. Nice moment for them as they all head off. The St. Albert Slash, your gold medal winner here in the Go Auto Arena. Service Place, St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Your hosts and champions for the 3rd year in a row, the St. Albert Slash.
And here are your captains and assistants. Provincial champions, St. Albert Slash, 3rd consecutive.
And you see it there. Very deserving team. Play together as a complete unit, and no one slept today. And that was the most impressive part about this weekend is you can see sometimes during the regular season with the Slashers, 1 or 2 players that lollygag around, but in this tournament, it has been all fire, all cylinders, all the time.
Yeah, to go through undefeated, they had some adversity that they got through being down. They had a goal in mind, and they weren't going to let anything stop them this weekend.
The St. Albert Slash would like to thank all
And they didn't, and that's what has brought them here. Your final score here at the Go Auto Arena, 5-1, the Slash over the Calgary Fire in what was an exciting hockey game. Don't let that score fool you. It was a much tighter contested contest than that. So we get set here. They're going to take a nice little photo, and then that interview with both Madison and Dan will come shortly after here. And that... Dave, what are they doing? They're facing the wrong way.
Well, you got to face all the parents, right?
Yeah, I can't blame them.
You can't turn your back on the parents.
They don't want to look at our ugly mugs up here. Kind of feels like the paparazzi climbing out there. So many gloves on the ground. It looks like OJ's doorstep.
Yeah, hockey yard sale.
I need a new pair. You think any of them are a 12 in men's? Exciting times here. Now with the gold medal, St. Albert, they're looking ahead already. And you got to think, that they're ready to take on this BC team, whoever that may be. So I gotta ask, I'm going to Tim Hortons later. We've already established that. If I was gonna take you and I was gonna buy you a little treat, what would you get?
Well,
wrong answer, turkey bacon ranch.
My staple, actually, the chicken bacon wrap is the go-to for me. Ooh. With a steep tea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry. Let's hurry these pictures along, folks, so I can get myself a meal. And thank you to the Jenkins family, Tim Hortons of St. Albert. We're making a lot of puns on their behalf because they've sponsored our replay. But that has been such an invaluable tool to us all weekend. The broadcast wouldn't have been the same without it. And this broadcast, of course, is an ICU video production procast. We had Dave Foley on camera. I'm your play-by-play guy. My name is Wyatt Ziegler. Alex Testowich is our switcher. And I believe I hear a Madison Willen somewhere. Madison, there you are.
Yeah.
What a game. Now, you guys, you've won gold, third year in a row. Have you already started to think about playing BC in the Pacifics?
Well, we're just going to enjoy this one for right now. I mean, it was a really good team effort, and we're gonna enjoy this for a little bit, and then we're going to start focusing on BC.
And what does it mean to win in the fashion you guys did today? From start to finish, you guys were on the jump, and you were always moving.
Can I just go take my team photo first? Okay, thank you.
I suppose I will let her go take her team photo.
I guess that's allowed.
Yeah. Now she's got time to think about the question.
Yeah, that's right. And that, you know, she makes the comment, and that's an important part. You do have to celebrate this accomplishment. You have to take that time and reflect what got you here, because that's going to help push you through the next test. And so this is a big part, this celebration.
And it's a well-deserved celebration from all of them, as they have worked so hard all year, winning games left, right, and center. And they've done it in the typical fashion as they've always done, with a lot of goals on the board and some stellar goaltending as well. I've lost sight of her. I'm just going to have to wait for the little voice in my head.
She's down in front there, so she's hiding from you.
Dear God, it's me, Margaret. You think they're going to Photoshop me in it? I'm not going to hold my breath.
Oh, here she comes. I'll try this again.
You know, I didn't actually give you permission to go take that team photo, right? I'm just kidding. But you guys really deserve this. How does it feel leading the tournament in points, being the player of the tournament as well? Oh, no.
I think she's having trouble hearing us. What?
Yeah, most women do that to me. Dear God, can you hear me? Nothing? All right, read my lips. How was that game? I can hear you. You can hear me?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I'll just shout. There's a lot of AC/DC playing. You led the tournament in scoring. How does that feel?
Well, I mean, I couldn't have done it without my line mates. I mean, they set me up and they find me, and it was just a really good team effort.
And now, this gold medal, this is your guys' third one in a row. Does it feel any different than the other two?
This one feels special, especially for our third years and myself. I mean, this one, we're the favorites going in, but it's always a grind, and we just pushed through it all the way, and I couldn't be more proud of our team.
Jessica Flagel had your number early on in this tournament. You had beat her once, but today it just seemed to come alive. What was that extra push to get the puck finally past her?
I mean, finally found the net because you're right, she did have my number for a bit, but I mean, it was a pretty big goal, and I'm really happy that it went in.
Wonderful selfie there. Thank you for the interview, Madison, and good luck in the Pacifics. I'll be here on your call, as always. You want to pass yourself off to Dan now?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Dan, hello and congratulations on the win today. How's it feel?
Oh, well, it just never gets old, I guess. It feels awesome. Different group of girls. You just want the third years that have been with us for 3 years since this all started. It was amazing, amazing.
And I just spoke to one of your third-year players, Madison Whalen. She led the tournament in scoring. She also led the regular season in scoring. Talk a little bit about her year.
Well, she decided she got an offer, a scholarship at U of A, and she's decided to stay back another year to learn a little bit more about the game, but also about her leadership, and just wanted to have that opportunity. And she's been stellar all year long. She's just a very committed athlete all the time. She's dialed in and she works hard, and she's very, very focused to win all the time. So she's a very successful kid.
Third straight gold medal here at Provincials. Does this one feel any different than the others?
Well, they get harder. It does. It's like you never know. So, I mean, Calgary's an outstanding team. They're very structured. They play hard. They played hard today. And if it wasn't for Bree in the first 10 minutes, I mean, we could have easily been behind, and then we'd have been scrambling. So, but we got it together and scored a big goal to get the win back, and then another one in the second period. So it made it a little bit stress relief for us. So, but it was a very good played game. So.
All right, well, thank you, Dan. That's all the time we have today. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you back here for Pacifics.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, you guys did an outstanding job.
Hey, you as well. Okay. You make it easy on us.
Bye.
All right. And the interview with Dan is over, and Madison. What a wonderful team. What a wonderful night. And congratulations to all the teams involved here. Not just the St. Albert Slash, but the Red Deer Chiefs, the Calgary Fire, and of course the Lloydminster Steelers.
Yeah, it was a great weekend of hockey. Whatever team you were pulling for or supporting, it was just as a fan, it didn't matter. This was a great, great tournament. These girls laid everything out there and showed what they had.
I agree, and what a step forward for women's hockey, as we saw 4 very competitive teams, no one willing to give an inch, and in a game of bounces, it's what it came down to. We saw St. Albert could have been down 3-0, as head coach Dan Ockenberg had related to, but Brianna Sank stood tall in net, and she was a huge part of that for them.
She was, and we saw actually the goaltending on all the teams was excellent for the most part. These games today, again, just stellar. Bella McKee in the first game was outstanding between the pipes. Both goalies here, like you say, that 5-1 score wasn't necessarily indicative of the play, like Coach Hockenberg had just stated that early they had to make some adjustments. So.
And they did, and that's what brought them here. And here we are now, and St. Albert now has to look forward to the BC team going into the Pacifics. And if they can win that, they can head to their 3rd straight SO Cup. They're the 2-time defending champs. They could be the first team to do it 3 times. They're already the only team to do it twice. And what does that mean for Alberta hockey just in general?
Well, the female game is growing just in quality every year, and that's not going to change. And it starts from the lower levels and the coaching that they're getting as it comes up through here. Dan's done an excellent job with the Slash, and it'd be an excellent accomplishment to be able to get their 3rd SO Cup for sure.
All right. And on behalf of my entire team, the final score from today was 5-1 here at the AAA Provincials. Dave Foley has been on camera, Alex Testwich, our switcher, Rob Sitlow, our director, Wyatt Ziegler, I'm your play-by-play guy, Dan Balauchuk on the color commentary. This is an ICU video production, and thank you for watching. See you later.